Hi, Kevin the Switch Hippie here with another exciting episode of Groovy Old Records. So I went to the record store in Fort Collins today and I had to rake around and see what I could find, reasonably priced stuff, and I found a couple of things, so I'm going to share it with you right now. First record of the day is Freak Out, Mother's Invention. This is Frank Zappa's first album. I have this on CD. I listened to it for years and years and years, and I think it's brilliant. Finally got it on vinyl. The old Verve record with the original, with all the original cool notes in there and everything. Super great album, lots of love, sounds great. I've already listened to it, great sound quality. Somebody really loved this album, so it's a good addition to my collection. Even if you're not a Frank Zappa fan, I highly recommend you get this one album of his. So absolutely wonderful. It's the first one, kind of the 1966. It was kind of psychedelic. The next one, I'll get it down here. Next one, here we go. The next one is Elephant Mountain by the Youngbloods. This is an excellent record. The Youngbloods were most famous for Come On People Now, Smile on Your Brothers, Everybody Get Together, which I think is a corny song, but this is kind of more of a country record. It's kind of one of those great undiscovered classics of the 60s, kind of country, kind of like the Beau Brommel's Bradley Barn, kind of like Sweetheart of the Rodeo from the Byrds. It's kind of that in that kind of ilk of album, and this is absolutely brilliant. Produced by Charlie Daniels, and Jesse Coulter Young. He's a famous musician. He's on here, and the album the song Darkness it's actually a very brilliant song. So I highly recommend this Elephant Mountain by the Youngbloods. We're gonna step up a generation here. Utopia. Self-titled Utopia. This is kind of an 80s album. Everybody knows Todd Rundgren, right? He was kind of a prog, kind of, that kind of spacey kind of stuff. In the 80s, in 1982, when this album came out, he kind of tried his hand at the new wave scene, right? And he put out this album, Utopia, which I think is a brilliant record, Philip. It's a pop record, right? So it's not Todd Rundgren, the ever plop or tortured artist effect or anything like that. It's not like that. It's kind of a pop record, and it's actually excellent. And I had this on record when it came out. I had the cassette at some point, and I think somewhere in my collection I have a CD. But now I've got the record, and this one actually has two records in it. There's a bonus record, so I don't know. I've not heard of this bonus record. I've not seen it before, so I'll have to have a look, see how much this thing is worth. It might be worth a little bit of money. Anyways, Utopia. Todd Rundgren, it's got a great track list on it. Libertine is a fabulous song. Feet Don't Fail Me Now. Great songs, great, Todd Rundgren always has these really kind of crazy lyrics. They're all here. Again, Utopia, 1982. The next one, we go back to the 80s again, is Ultravox, Vienna. I had this record, and I had it on cassette tape, and again, I had the CD from, this must be 79? Let's call this 1979 or 1980. Ultravox is a British prog band, the techno kind of thing with the synthesizer sounds and all that. And the guy who started the band, John Fox, quit. So they hired Midge Ure, who's a Scottish guy, and he was actually touring with Thin Lizzy at the time. Did Gary Moore leave, or Phil Lynott maybe had died at the time? I can't remember the reason why Midge Ure, the Scottish guy, was actually in Thin Lizzy. Regardless, they hire him for Ultravox. When they hire him, they get a string of #1 super smash hits in Britain and Europe. And one of them is here, Vienna. The actual title of the album is Vienna. So the Vienna was a very big hit in Europe in the 1980s, and this whole album is fabulous. Not a bad track on here. I love the Ultravox. This is their best album. Their follow-up, Reap the Wild Wind, maybe wasn't so good, but this one is good. Ultravox, Vienna, highly recommend it. Midge Ure, brilliant, from Scotland. So let's go back. Now we're going to go back generations to this one. This is Cliff Edwards, who's also known as Ukulele Ike. Now, I like the ukulele, so I like some of his material on here. So I saw this album. It was only $3. It's in great condition. The record sounds good. The recordings were made in 1928, 29 era, when he was quite popular. And he has such great songs. That's My Weakness Now, and It Had to Be You, Paddlin' Madeline Home. Great ukulele stuff, great kind of fun 1920s. You could picture the guy with the ukulele and the fur coat on and hat and everything like that. Awesome record from Cliff Edwards, Ukulele Ike. So, anyways, those are my finds today at the record store. So, I'll keep you posted on more I find. Talk to you later. Bye.